Let's do some practice converting from grams to moles. We'll start with 84.3 grams of sodium. The first thing we're always going to do is write out what we're given. So we write 84.3 grams. Next, we need to construct our conversion. So we'll put our times symbol and our line. If you look up at the steps, you can see that it always says put 1 mole on the top, and we need to put the molar mass of the sodium on the bottom. Now, since sodium is just Na, all we need to do is look on the periodic table and see what the atomic mass of sodium is, which we'll see is 23.0. And we put the grams there. Now, we know that this is going to work because our grams can cancel out, because there's 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom. All we need to do is multiply what's on the top, 84.3 times 1, and divide it by what's on the bottom, which is 23. When we do this, we'll see that our answer is 3.7 moles of Na. Next, let's try this one down here. This is magnesium nitrate. So the first thing that we always do is write out what we're given, 103.2 grams. We put our times symbol on our line. Since we're converting from grams to moles, the moles are going to be on top. So we put 1 mole on top. Now we're going to need to find the molecular mass of our magnesium nitrate. So let's do another calculation off to the side. Just like we did on the previous page, we're going to put a little chart. So we have our magnesium, our nitrogen, and our oxygen. We put how many there are of each. So I have 1 magnesium. I have 1 nitrogen inside the parentheses, but everything in the parentheses gets multiplied by 2. So I have 2 nitrogens. And I have 2 times 3, which is 6 oxygens. I find their atomic masses from the table. Magnesium is 24.3, nitrogen is 14, and oxygen is 16. Now I need to multiply them all together, and I'll get 24.3, 28, and 64. When I add those together, I'm going to get 148.3. This number right here is what's going to go down below the moles. So I have 148.3 grams. And now I'm going to multiply my 103.2 times the 1, so nothing changes, and then divide it by this number down here. And when I do that, I'm going to get 0.699 something, which I'm going to round to 0.7 moles of magnesium nitrate. GNO3(2). Let's do some converting the other way. So I have 2.4 moles of nitrogen. The first thing I'm going to do, of oxygen, sorry. The first thing I'm going to do is write down my given, 2.4 moles. I'm going to put my times line. Now, if you follow the steps, it says to put 1 mole on the bottom. An easy way to remember this is I'm going to get rid of the moles here. And in order to do that, I need to put moles on the bottom. Now, I need my molar mass of oxygen. But if you remember from your periodic table, since oxygen is shaded, that means when it's on its own, like it is now, the formula is O2. So, if we were making our little chart over here, we would have O, and there would be 2 of them times the 16 that we got from the periodic table, and that is 32. So we're going to put 32 grams on top. When we multiply through, we're going to multiply 2.4 times 32, and that is going to be 76.8. Let's do the last one. I have 0.85 moles of water. So the first thing I'm going to do is write down what I'm given. 0.85 mole. I'll put my times line. 1 mole goes on the bottom so that we can cancel it out up above. And we're going to need to find the molar mass of water. So let's do it off to the side here. I have H and I have O. In each water molecule, there are 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. And when I look on the periodic table, I can see that the mass of hydrogen is 1 and the mass of oxygen is 16. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 times 16 is 16. When I add those together, I get 18. This 18 is going to go up here, and it's going to have grams next to it. And now I'm just going to multiply through. So when I multiply through, I get 15.317. And we can see that in both of these, I've missed my units. So let's go back and change that. This one is going to be grams of O2. And this one is going to be grams of H2O. Hopefully this helps you out. Thanks.